Hello, welcome back to Cool Menopause. My name is Karen and today we're talking hair condition because I've had a message from a subscriber who said that as she's getting older, her hair is getting coarser and drier and she's really not sure how to handle it anymore. Given that I have very, very bleached hair, I've been struggling for some time with the condition of my hair and trying to get it as good as I can, given the amount of torture I give it. So I'm just going to share with you a few tips, a few product recommendations. But the first one you can literally do in your sleep, and that is to use a silk pillowcase. Now, if you don't like silk for whatever reason, you could use a sort of sateen faux silk, but actually real silk is great because if you're having hot flushes at night time, that really minimises them because it's a really natural fabric that really tends to cool me down. I find it's a very lovely cool fabric to sleep on. But what it does do, it stops you getting as many facial wrinkles when you wake up in the morning. I really notice the difference if I've slept on a cotton pillow in a hotel, and when I go back to my silk pillowcase, there's a massive difference in how my skin looks in the morning. But obviously also it's so smooth that it actually smooths down your cuticles as you're sleeping, so you're not waking up with that frizzy, horrible looking hair. So that is a really cheap and easy way of conditioning your hair literally as you sleep. You can get them on eBay for about £20. You can pop them in your normal wash. And for me, if I wash them in an ordinary wash, they last about a year. But they're terrific, so I really recommend them. Now, on to some products. This is a really good all-rounder. Okay, let me show you. This is the Garnier Ultimate Blends Nourishing Hair Food, and that's in the banana I'm going to say flavour because I really do want to eat this. It smells beautiful. And what this does is as you can use it in many, many different ways. You can use it as a mask. So if I use it as a mask, I actually put it on before I go to bed. Put on quite a bit, probably as much as you would normally use for an ordinary conditioner. And then when you wake up in the morning and wash your hair, you will notice a massive difference. Great as an overnight mask. Great as an ordinary conditioner. Just pop it on after you wash your hair as a conditioner. Great also as a leave-in, so you can take a tiny amount, maybe a pea-size amount for each sort of section of hair, and just stroke it through your hair. What's great about it is it's 98% natural. I believe it's curly girl friendly if you're into that method, and it's just the most gorgeous product, and it's super cheap as well. You can usually get it on offer somewhere or another, so I'd really, really recommend that. If you want to go hardcore on a conditioning product, I would recommend using an actual coconut oil. This one is a food quality one. So you could actually eat it, because believe me, you feel like you want to eat the Garnier. So this is something you can actually eat if you should so wish. And what you do with this, I wouldn't advise using this if you're going out for the day and you don't want to be seen wearing it, because it really does slick down your hair. So that's something perhaps if you're on the beach or if you're out and about on your bike all day, you're walking and you're not going to see many people and you can just afford to slick your hair up in coconut oil, it works brilliantly. You can obviously also use it at night, although it will mess up your pillows a bit. And what you do with that, because it's an oil, it solidifies at room temperature. So you want to get the back of your thumbnail and scrape it out of a container and then just build up enough in the palm of your hand to apply. So again, the same sort of amount that you would use for conditioning, just an ordinary good blob in your hand. And then basically keep it warm in your hand as you stroke it through the length and the ends of your hair. Avoid the roots with these sort of products, unless you've got exceptionally dry hair at the roots, because it will weigh your hair down a bit. So you're focusing on the ends and the lengths. So any raw coconut oil will do. You can get non-food grade coconut oils very cheaply in Superdrug and in Boots. But if you want to really splash out, you know, it's not expensive, but use a food one, and it's just wonderful to use. When you come to wash that out, of course, you've just got to make sure you use some warm water to kind of melt the oil out of your hair, and you'll find your hair is amazing afterwards. And of course, it's a completely natural product if you use a food grade one. So there's some tips for a few things you can use. The other thing I'd recommend is being super careful with your hair when it's wet. So I would always use a wide tooth comb to comb my hair when it's wet. I would try and make sure it's pretty dry before I actually style it. So I try to let mine dry naturally, and then I might use an ionic styler, such as the Babulous Big Hair that I've been talking about. And that just finishes the hair off without drying it from wet. Because if you're using heated products directly on wet hair from the scratch, you know, that's going to really damage your hair. So try to leave it to dry naturally if you can. And that's where the importance of a good cut comes in. And again, I've shared that on a previous video. So lots and lots of things you can do. If you've got an ionic product that a hair styler that doesn't rely on heat, that would also be a good tip, because what you're doing with an ionic styler is that you're smoothing the cuticles down without heating them. So have a look at your styler. If it operates without heat and it's ionic, so you can just do the blast of ions, that's a really good way of smoothing the cuticles down without damaging the hair. And of course, treat wet hair really, really carefully, you know, and just really treasure your hair. It's a difficult time as you get older, I find, again, with hair. It thins, it does change texture, or it can do as your hormonal balance changes. So if that applies to you, it's really worth trying some different products, trying to keep them perhaps natural, but again, affordable. I mean, you can go for some amazing treatments in the salons, which obviously are terrific. But I'm just really trying to share things that you can buy and do cheaply at home. So certainly I would recommend a silk pillowcase to sleep on. I would recommend the Garnier hair food. This is the banana one, so totally recommend that. They do other amazing versions as well, but the banana, for me, just the smell of it alone makes it a pleasure to use. I would recommend a coconut oil on your hair, whichever one you like to go for, and just really look after that wet hair. Really make sure you don't overdo it on the dryers, and find a hairstyle that works for you, so that you don't really have to over dry and over style. Anyway, I hope those few tips have been of help. Please do stay tuned for further videos. Please like this video, please share this video, and please do subscribe to us on Cool Menopause here on YouTube. See you again soon then. Bye.